Is there a way we can conduct qualitative data analysis in freely accessible programs such as Microsoft Word and Excel? Yes, there is a way to conduct qualitative analysis using Microsoft Word and Excel. However, when using Word and Excel in qualitative data analysis, we might experience the following limitations. 1. Difficulty tracking codes with shared meaning. 2. Inability to combine codes with shared meaning. 3. Difficulty determining the most prominent codes. 4. Difficulty in grouping codes together to form themes. And 5. Difficulties in visualizing the qualitative data. Considering the different limitations of using Microsoft Word and Excel in qualitative data analysis, it's advisable to use computer-aided qualitative data analysis software, that is CAPDAS, such as NVivo, MAXQDA, or Atlas TI. Kindly check my previous videos on how to use NVivo to conduct thematic analysis. However, if you are not able to access such software and you did not interview a lot of participants, it's possible to conduct an analysis of interviews using Microsoft Word and Excel, as I'm going to show you in this video. The steps that we are going to follow to conduct a thematic analysis of interviews using Microsoft Word and Excel will include, number 1, familiarizing with the interview transcripts. The second step will be assigning different color codes to the interview questions. The third step will be coding interview questions responses using the comment function in Microsoft Word, also known as hand coding. Number 4, assigning codes and participant codes to color-coded interview questions in Excel. Step number 5, evaluating the color-coded interview questions and renaming them to form preliminary themes. Number 6, adding descriptions to the themes. Number 7, revising, renaming, and reorganizing the preliminary themes to form the final themes. Number 8, writing the findings report. The first step in conducting thematic analysis using Microsoft Word and Excel is familiarizing with the interview transcript. This will entail reading the interviews like a story so that we are able to understand what the interviews are about. And if you are the researcher, you will understand the interviews because, of course, you went through the interviews and you transcribed the data. For the interview transcript that I'm going to use, the interviews relate to qualitative insights into the efficacy and impact of an educational scholarship scheme designed to engage communities in incentivizing high school students of developing African countries in order to optimize test scores and expedite SDG 4 actualization. This is the interview transcript that we'll be analyzing using Microsoft Word and Excel. Now, having familiarized with the interviews, I'm going to conduct step 2 and 3 of analyzing data and coming up with themes using Microsoft Word and Excel together.
Let me interrupt this video for a minute and inform you of my services. My first type of service that I offer is consulting for anything related to qualitative data analysis using NVivo. You hop on a video call with me through Microsoft Teams or Zoom, and I will help you become a pro with NVivo in a few hours. I also provide a done-for-you data analysis service. I do the manual coding and provide a data analysis report with the necessary visuals. Some kind of visuals I do include tables, hierarchy charts, and the framework matrix. Email or message me right now, details in the description.
The second steps will include assigning different color codes to the interview questions, and step number 3 will be coding interview question responses using the comment function in Microsoft Word, which is known as hand coding. If I go back to the transcript, let's begin reading through, and I'm going to color code the questions just to highlight the main questions, and I'm going to code using the comment function in Microsoft Word. Let's read this. Qualitative insights into the efficacy and impact of an educational scholarship scheme designed to engage communities in incentivizing high school students of developing African countries in order to optimize test scores, expedite with SDG 4 actualization. The interviewee is a parent of a winner of a given scholarship. These are just details there. Remember, I get these interviews from a data sharing website called Figshare, so you can see different transcripts. After results are published, researchers come in here and they share their transcripts for free to help other people practice coding and all that. This is not confidential information. This is just transcripts that are shared freely in online platforms. Let's go back to the transcript. Remember, I want to color code the questions and I want to start hand coding using the comment function in Microsoft Word. Let's read now. So this interview wants to evaluate and assess the impact of IFOMSSA, also known as IFOMSA Scholarship Awards, to student academic performance and then the community at large. We also want to remind you that it's just an interview. It's not an exam. Any answer you give, whether good or bad, are all well and accepted. There is no good or bad answer. So the interviewee says, okay, any answer you will give is well accepted. The interviewee again says, okay, yes, we want just your frank opinion. So would you mind introducing yourself? I won't focus on introduction. Let's start here. Okay, kindly help us confirm your role. You played in IFOMSA. How did you participate in IFOMSA? So how did they participate? We can highlight this question and go to color code in Microsoft Word, and this question can be maroon. Okay, when I first heard of it, I was impressed. That was my prayer then, because I prayed that my daughter will have a scholarship for her university. Okay, because of the hard time. So I encouraged her to read. I even persuaded her to read. I will not allow her to do anything in the house. I'm doing everything to make sure that she reads hard. So I encouraged her to read. I thank God that she heed my advice. She reads as tomorrow will never be. That's how she got the award. So kindly help us confirm your role in IFOMSA. How did you participate? This parent participated by encouraging their daughter to read more so that they might secure the IFOMSA scholarship. I can highlight all these sections, right click, and then go to new comment and say, encouraged daughter to study hard and obtain IFOMSA scholarship. Encourage daughter to study hard and obtain IFOMSA scholarship. Okay, basically, that's just a random code. I'm not overly obsessing on this code. I want also to just remind us, what is a code? The definition of a code is that a code is a label or an interpretative statement of specific information that's important to a research question, research topic, or research objective. Let's continue. Okay, we will want to know what you know generally about the IFOMSA award. Let's code that as red, just to color code. I just want to color code these questions because I want to capture the main questions later. Because again, we are using Microsoft Word. We can't track this any other way. That's why I color code questions, then I generate the codes. So, what do they know generally about IFOMSA award? I heard that the sponsor is a medical doctor from Australia and is an indigene of that place. So he awards scholarship students, especially those that are very intelligent, that will write exams and pass exams very well. Then the students will be awarded scholarships. Yes, and not only in his town, but Anambra as a whole, any person that passes exams, the person will be awarded scholarship. So when I heard it, we fight and we must get it. Yes, I begged and say, my daughter, this is an opportunity. We will never lose opportunities. So I persuaded her that she should read harder so that she will meet up with whatever it will take. Let's focus on the first part of the response. So we want to know, what do you know generally about IFOMSA award? Okay. He awards scholarship to students, especially those that are very intelligent, that will write exams and pass exams very well. Let's look at this statement. Okay. By this statement, the award or the scholarship is awarded to students that are very intelligent. We can right click and comment this and code this as scholarship is awarded to gifted students. Scholarship is awarded to gifted students, and press enter. So that's another comment, that's another code. Okay. Now let's keep coding. Okay, that's good. So how would you place the economic or the financial standard of your family? So this is assessing the economic or financial standard of the family. Let's code this as yellow. Things are very hard. It's very hard. Now it's 20 years of marriage. Thing is hard. So I'm the one paying my children's school fees. Honestly speaking, I'm the one paying. I've been paying the school fees, and God is helping with the little amount of money they pay me for my salary as a classroom teacher. I was able to pay their school fees, and that's why I registered them in that public school, because if I have good money, they would go to good school, because this is my daughter, she likes education. But since I don't have money, so I said I should help her. I do research and help her to read. I also pay for extra moral lessons so that she will gain more knowledge. But let's go and read the question again. Okay, that's good. So how would you place the economic or the financial standard of your family? Things is very hard. It's very hard. Now 20 years in marriage, things are hard. So I'm the one paying my children's school fees. Honestly speaking, I'm the one paying. I've been paying school fees, and God is helping me with the little amount of money they pay me for my salary as a classroom teacher. I can code this whole section as I right click, go to new comment, family struggles financially. Family struggles financially, okay? And then I can go ahead and code the other section. You can see here she says I was able to pay their school fees. And that is why I register them in a public school, because if I have good money, they would go to a good school. My daughter, she likes education, but since I don't have money, so I said I should help her. I do research to help her read. I also pay extra moral lessons so that she will gain more knowledge. I can highlight here as family struggles to afford private schools. Then she says, okay, how do you view the merit status, if any, for the IFOMSA scholarship award? So she asked, or the interviewee asked the question again. Okay, what I mean is, do you think that all that IFOMSA scholarship, the selection process, and even selecting the winners, do you think it's based on merit or not? Again, I highlight this question. Let's just give it the next color there, which is light green. Let me just repeat that. Okay. Remember, I'm still saving this. Let's look at the response. Okay, what I mean is, do you think that all that the IFOMSA scholarship, the selection process, and even selecting the winners, do you think it's based on merit or not? I don't think they select people for that. That is, it's based on merit. The student that merited it will go for it. Because when my daughter was preparing for it, she was preparing since she was in junior class. She was preparing for it. We were looking forward to write exams. Even I always encourage her. So they don't select people. It's just those brilliant people. At least from the 1st to the 10th position, they will select people that will write the exams. Yes. Okay. This person is being asked whether they think the IFOMSA scholarship, the selection process, is based on merit or not. And you can see that is, it's based on merit. The student that is merited, it will go for it. Okay? It's just those brilliant people, at least for the 1st 10th position, they will select people that will write exams. Yes. So this whole section, we can code that as believes that IFOMSA is based on merit. Believes that IFOMSA scholarship is based on merit. Okay, how did you feel when your child was told that she had a chance to participate in IFOMSA scholarship award? Okay, so let's highlight that. Let's get another color code. This one will be blue. Let's again get another code. I felt so happy. It's like a dream come true, because I was praying for that. I prayed earnestly for that, because I know I don't have money now, and I don't know what my child after secondary school should not be able to go for a higher institution. So I prayed earnestly for that. And when she passed the exam, I was very happy. I really thank God for that. We can code this whole area as overjoyed. Remember, they asked them how they felt after their child, they was told that she had a chance to participate in in the iForms word. So we can right click here and go to new comment and say overjoyed. Basically, this is how we conduct the second step and the third step of coding. The second step is we highlight or we color code all the questions. And the third step, we generate initial codes through the comment function in Microsoft Word. You can see we are getting codes. I'm going to go through the whole document and get all the codes for the whole interview transcript. So if you have 2 interview transcripts, you have to get the initial codes and using the comment function in Microsoft Word. Now, this is the final transcript with all the codes. As you can see, I have taken my time to code the whole transcript. I have all the initial codes, which allows me to go to the 4th step in conducting thematic analysis using Microsoft Word and Excel, which is assigning codes and participant quotes to color-coded interview questions in Excel. What do we mean by that? That we are going to move everything that we coded into Excel. If we look at our transcript here, anything that we coded, we're going to move it into Excel and we're going to put these statements as quotes. Let me show you what I mean. Let's open an Excel sheet. Let's call this analysis sample. Now, we are going to go in there and capture the question, capture the code, and capture the quote. Let's have these sections in Excel. So, interview question. Okay, let me extend this. Interview question, let me just put it as a large section. Then we are going to have code, and then we are going to have participant quote. Interview question, code, participant quote. Okay, I'm going to just copy this question. I copy this question. I put it in the interview question number 1. I can number that as number 1. Paste that here. Remember to include the color code. I am not leaving that out. Let me just undo because I want to capture the color code also, which is very important to show me which question is that. This is question number 1. So that's the first question. Which code did we get from that? The code, remember, is in the comment section. Copy that. Put that in here. I'm just trying to manage the data. And remember, I'm using Word. This is not like NVivo or any other qualitative data analysis software. Here we have to manage the data manually, which can be tedious. And that's why it's advisable to always use software. This is just for people who have no access. But if you have access to the software, please make use of the software. I copied the participant quote and I'm going to paste it over here. Okay. You can see. So, question, code, quote. Let's do that for another question. You can see this is another question. I want to skip one line. Let's do number 2 here. Let's copy the code. Copying the code right now. Paste that over there. Let's use the first copy function. And let's copy the quote. That is the sentence. Remember, coding is a process of elimination. So we are only capturing information that's important to our research, questions and objectives, and we are leaving out the other pieces of information out there, okay? That's the second one. Let's have family struggles financially. Let's get this question, question number 3. I copy the code. You can see family struggles financially. And then I copy the participant quote. This is the section, okay? Basically, that's it. Let's delete that code that's repeating. Let's expand this and so that you can see what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm trying to highlight all the interview questions, the codes and the quotes, because that is what I'll use in my discussion and in analyzing all the codes. Basically, this is the fourth step of using Microsoft Word and Excel to conduct thematic analysis of interviews. Now, I'm going to go do this for all the codes and the questions in the interview transcript. Now, this is the final work that I did. Interview questions and different colors that I have tagged them with, the codes that came from every question, and the participant quotes supporting every code. With this, we can move to the fifth step of conducting thematic analysis using Microsoft Word and Excel, which is evaluating color-coded interview questions and renaming them to form preliminary themes. And I'm going to conduct that step together with the sixth step, which is adding descriptions to the themes. We are going to rename them and add descriptions to the themes. Let's look at that. Let's copy. Then go to sheet number 2, and let's go and paste this. Okay? This is sheet 1, this is sheet 2. Why have I copied this? Because I want to track my progress before I make any changes to these questions. These questions are the ones I'm going to reverse engineer to form preliminary themes. Let me show you how this is going to be. For example, okay, kindly help us confirm your role you played in IFOMSA. How did you participate in IFOMSA? Role played in IFOMSA, okay? First, I can add the description just below here, description. And I can say that the role the participant played in IFOMSA scholarship process. The role the participant played in IFOMSA scholarship process, okay? So that's the description. With the description, I can go ahead and now edit this question to a preliminary theme called role played in the IFOMSA scholarship program. You can see now that changes from a question to a kind of a preliminary theme that we can be able to adopt, okay? Let's continue. So we will want to know, what do you know generally about IFOMSA award? The description will be the participants' general knowledge about the IFOMSA scholarship award. Let's now edit the question. So we will want to know, what do you know generally about IFOMSA award? This one can be general knowledge about IFOMSA award. Okay, you can see the way I'm doing preliminary themes. I'm not obsessed because I'll go in there and keep revising these preliminary themes to final themes, which is the next step. Let's have a final one here. How would you place the economic and financial standard of your family? The self-assessed economic and financial standard of the participant family. The self-assessed economic and financial standards of the participant's family. Basically, that's how you form preliminary themes and also provide descriptions. Now, this will lead us to the seventh step of conducting thematic analysis in Microsoft Word and Excel, which is revising, renaming, and reorganizing preliminary themes to form final themes. I have gone in and I have done all the preliminary themes for the whole transcript. I've also tried to get some final themes in some instances and clear description. As you can see, the preliminary themes and the final themes should make or should have meaning on their own. For example, if you read role you played in IFOMSA, or year participated in IFOMSA, or current economic status of the family, or views on whether IFOMSA scholarship is based on merit, you can understand what we are trying to find out. Basically, that's the process of generating or coming up with themes from codes. It's making sure that themes have their intrinsic meaning and they make sense on their own, even before we get the codes. Ideally, after all those processes, we will keep revising the preliminary themes. Then we're going to get the final themes. And we make sure we have clear descriptions for every theme. We have, of course, the codes for every theme and the codes. Basically, we have themes, codes, and participant codes. That means we have completed the thematic analysis process using Microsoft Word and Excel. Now we move to the final step of writing the findings report. And the findings report will be made up of the description of the themes, codes, and the participant codes. Now, the findings report will look something like this, where we describe the meaning of the theme, then we provide the codes. This is not an in-depth kind of a report. Some people prefer to write in continuous prose where they even don't italicize. They put the participant's code inside the story as a narrative format, okay? That's a different approach. So this is how the findings report is going to look like. For this video, I don't want to go deep into writing the findings report, but I'm going to link my other previous videos where I have a sample of the findings report. After you get the themes, get the codes, get the participant codes, and reach this stage, you can be able to go and follow my other videos and write a findings report. And then you can even download a sample of my previous findings report in the video I'm going to link in the description. And then you can go and write the finding report. And that's how you conduct thematic analysis using Microsoft Word and Excel. Remember, this is not the most ideal approach. It's tedious. Imagine this is the data for only a single transcript. Imagine if you had like 10 transcripts. How many columns in Excel or how many rows would you have? That would be a lot. The data can get overwhelming if you have more than 5 interviewees, and probably you interviewed these people for more than 30 minutes. So I would advise the use of a computer-aided qualitative data analysis software, such as NVivo and MAXQDA, amongst others, rather than using this approach. However, I had to teach you so that I can show you how expansive and how long and how sophisticated this process can be. Personally, I prefer using a software that can help me manage the data. Again, there's a big shortcoming of this approach in that it's difficult for you to combine codes together to form shared meaning. So using Microsoft Word and Excel can make you get weaker themes because sometimes it's difficult to connect concepts, which can be a bit easier to connect and even categorize when you are using a computer-aided qualitative data software such as NVivo 14. Remember, I provide done-for-you data analysis services and consulting services for any problem or challenge related to NVivo. So check the link and email in the description and talk to me right away. Thank you.